Hello and welcome to Visit Britain Itineraries, things to do in a day around the UK. Today I'm in Plymouth to find out what there is to see and do in the biggest city on the south coast. Today in Plymouth I'll be seeing how many fun-filled activities I can fit into just one day and still be on the train home. Can I do it? Bring it on. Today I'm going to be getting deep at the National Marine Aquarium, sampling Plymouth gin at the Blackfriars Distillery, seeing the city centre and shopping at Drake Circus, exploring Plymouth Hoe and the Barbican area of town, taking the boat to Royal William Yard and tasting the delights of River Cottage. Plymouth in Devon is on the south coast of England. It's easily reached by road or rail and takes just under 4 hours from London by train. I'm going to start my day at the National Marine Aquarium. Inside you'll find a fascinating variety of sea life, from the fish that live in Plymouth's waters in the Eddystone Reef Tank, to more exotic creatures that you definitely wouldn't see at the British seaside. The aquarium is home to over 70 sharks, and if you're feeling particularly brave, you can have a sleepover here. As well as giving you the chance to learn about sea life, this aquarium aims to drive marine conservation and teach people how they can protect the environment. Now, it might seem a little bit early for a gin and tonic, but I'm off to find out about one of the city's greatest exports, Plymouth gin. The Blackfriars Gin Distillery is Britain's oldest and has been making gin since 1793. Here you can learn the history of gin and find out how it is made by taking a distillery tour. Gin was the drink of choice for British naval officers, and they still make the Navy strength variety. It's 57% alcohol, the strength demanded by the British Navy as it would not stop gunpowder igniting if spilled. This is the refectory room, a medieval hall which is one of the oldest buildings in Plymouth and a protected national monument. Local legend has it that the Pilgrim Fathers spent their last night here before sailing on the Mayflower to the New World. After the tour, you can stop and sample a gin cocktail. I'm going for the Holy Smash. That is delicious. If you're looking for a spot of shopping, then Drake Circus is the most popular shopping centre in the southwest. It has all the big brand names under one roof. It's named after Sir Francis Drake, a name you'll see all over Plymouth. The former mayor of the city was Vice Admiral of the British fleet that defeated the Spanish Armada in 1588. After all that shopping, it's now time to take a look at the rest of the city centre. Plymouth has the largest entirely pedestrianised city centre in the UK, making it perfect for a stroll. Well, it's lunchtime and I'm going for good old fish and chips here on the quayside. The fish market is just further up on the quay, so you're guaranteed that the fish is fresh. If it's fresh air and open space that you want, then 5 minutes walk away from the city centre is this amazing park, the world-famous Plymouth Hoe. In 1588, when the Spanish Armada was spotted off the coast, Sir Francis Drake was playing a game of bowls. He insisted they still had time to finish the game and defeat the Spanish, and there's still a bowling green here today. This beautiful lighthouse was originally built out at sea. It was then replaced by another lighthouse and brought back here to the Hoe and reconstructed brick by brick. It's now open to the public and I'm going to get inside and have a look. From up here, you've got great views of the Devon and Cornwall coastline. It's a great place to get a sense of the size and beauty of Plymouth Sound. And every August, Plymouth Hoe plays host to the British Fireworks Championships, and what better place to watch the best fireworks show in the country. Plymouth is surrounded by links to the sea, including Plymouth Barbican, home to Britain's maritime heritage. Plymouth Barbican is in the Old Harbour area and is described as the jewel in Plymouth's crown. It's one of the oldest parts of the city and has lots of independent shops and restaurants to explore. Here you can see the point where the Pilgrim Fathers set sail for the New World at the Mayflower Steps, and this monument commemorates it. Every year, Plymouth plays host to many Americans who travel here to celebrate Thanksgiving in Plymouth. Visitors can see the Mayflower Steps and tour the historic Barbican, as well as taking in the many other sights of Plymouth. Plymouth has also been home to many world-famous artists, including Sir Joshua Reynolds, Beryl Cook, and more recently, Robert Lenkowitz, who painted 2 murals here. Whilst you're here, why not jump on a water taxi to Royal William Yard? So I'm lucky enough to be here with local historian Chris Robinson. So Chris, tell us a bit about the history of Plymouth.
Well, it's got this wonderful natural harbour that you can see that we're out in at the moment, and this is where Drake set sail from in 1577 and came back 3 years later. It's also where Chichester started and finished his voyage, first Englishman to circumnavigate the world solo. It's where the Pilgrim Fathers left in the Mayflower in 1620, and it's just such a wonderful harbour full of history.
And obviously we're here, we're enjoying this boat tour. How important are these boat tours for tourists?
Well, you see the city from a completely different perspective when you take to the water, so everybody should do it, even the people that live here locally. I always do it once or twice a year just to get the sea in your air, and also to just remind yourself how the city looks to visitors coming in by the water.
So this is my stop, Royal William's Yard. This is Royal William Yard. It used to be the stores for the Royal Navy, but has since been regenerated and now has apartments, cafes, bars and restaurants. Including this one, the River Cottage Canteen and Deli. It's the creation of celebrity chef Hugh Fernley Whittingstall, who even had his own TV series about the cottage. The canteen's new home is in this stunning waterside ex-naval heritage building.
Well, the first River Cottage was of course up in Axminster. With that success we thought we'd moved on, and we wanting to stay in the southwest. We thought Plymouth, with its waterfront location, was the ideal place to go. At the River Cottage you can expect to find some fresh local produce produced here by our brilliant chefs, and everything that we source is within a 50-mile radius of Plymouth.
It's a great place to stop for lunch, and if you want to take some of their products home, just stop at the deli counter. Plymouth really is a cosmopolitan city with its great restaurants and fascinating history. It's really putting itself on the map. Sadly though, that brings my day here to an end, and it's time for me to get my train back to London. So we'll see you on the next itinerary.